Alright, time to get another flight on the Qidi Maule, and I am flying it with the TX16S. Alright, I've got it in wind mitigation mode. I've got my timer set for 5.5 minutes. I've got a 1S 550 milliamp hour LiPo in it. I don't know how good this LiPo is. It's one that I had on hand. I've had it for quite a while. But we'll see how it goes. Just want to cruise around with it a little bit. Now that I got it set up on the TX16S, it is much smoother. Of course, it will always be that way with a hobby grade transmitter compared to the toy transmitter. Launching. You'll notice that I have a red 3-blade prop on it now. It is a Gyro Hurricane 3-blade prop. It's a 5040. And this plane likes some rudder in the turns. But my ailerons are no longer twitchy like they were with the stock transmitter. I got a wind shift. Alright, let's come back around here into the wind. Turning downwind. Alright, so let's get it over here and come back upwind and test our aileron. Almost stalled it out there. That was interesting. It almost stopped and hovered there. Alright, let's test it. Yeah, let's test the roll to the right here and get it below the sun. Much better than they were. Not great, but much better than they were. So yeah, look how much more smoothly you can fly it around with the TX16S compared to the stock TX. The ailerons were just so twitchy, you know, without being able to dial in any expo into it. One thing I noticed on mine is that the elevator servo does not center very well. I'm really constantly having to push the elevator down. You know, after I actuate some up elevator, in order to get it centered, I've got to push it down a little bit. I do like that prop. It's getting a little altitude, do a dive, see if we can pull a roll. Nah, apparently not. Just not enough power. I don't think that prop added any power, you know, over the stock prop. But my hope was that it would provide as much power. And I think it does. And hopefully be a little more efficient for a little better flight time. Those even though it's a 2-blade prop, it's a 5045, you know, the stock prop, and it's a bullnose prop, and the bullnose props tend to pull more amps than the non-bullnose props. And this is a 3-blade prop, but it's not a bullnose prop, and it's a 5040 instead of a 5045, and it looks so much better too with that red prop on the front of it. So I would say I'm getting the same power, same amount of power, and maybe just slightly more flight time. But sure does handle differently now than when I had it out here with the stock transmitter. That's for sure. Let's not lose it in the sun. There we go. Almost did a touch and go there. Unintentional touch and go. Alright, let me see. I haven't, let me gain a little altitude here, and I want to switch it into fully stabilized mode, see what it does. Okay, well that was drama free. I tried to launch it in fully stabilized mode, and it nosed down on me. I don't know what the deal was. It doesn't seem to be doing that now. So right now I've got it in fully stabilized mode. So let's bring it back through here. My wind just cut off. I think I'm going to bring it across the road and land it on this little dirt lane. At least I'm going to try to. So we've had it in the air over at 5.5 minutes so far. Alright, I don't have anybody coming. Let's see if we can make it over the scrub. There we go. Alright, but it's much, much better. You know, flying it with the TX16S. It's always going to be that way. It's always going to perform better with a hobby grade transmitter than with the toy transmitter. But that's a shame they didn't make this a 2S brushless, so it had a lot more power. I don't know. I think they're a better airframe, so I don't know that I'm going to convert this one to 2S brushless over 1S brushless, but it makes a nice little cruiser, which is what it's designed for. You know, especially if you've got a multi-protocol transmitter. I think it I don't think it's the best plane for an absolute beginner, you know, your very first plane, but I think it's a good plane for maybe your second plane once you get used to flying. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Tinkerz lab.